Welcome to the Start Our Home Squad podcast.
Hi, my name is Andrés San Miguel. I am here with my amazing co-host.
Hey, y'all. I'm Victoria Sipes, and I'm here to discuss with you guys anyone that feels lost on how to buy a house. I'm here to answer those questions for you.
Well, Victoria, as a buyer, where do I start? What's the first thing I need to do?
Well, Andreas, that's a great question. The very first thing you need to do is get pre-approved by a mortgager or a loan officer. That's the very first thing you need to do.
So the mortgager and the loan officer is the same thing, right?
Correct.
Okay.
They are the same thing.
Do you know the documents that they're going to request, or what do I need?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the documents that they do request is your last 3 years of your W-2s. They also require bank statements, pay stubs, and your credit report, of course.
Once I have everything, what is the benefit to start early with an agent during all this process?
Another great question. One of the biggest things about wanting to start early is like there may be some things on your credit. Now, everyone knows that the higher the credit score, the lower the rate, your mortgage rate. So that's one of the biggest things. And then also, if you have anything on your credit report, then what happens is, your mortgager can help you get some of those things off in a timely manner. So let's say if you're looking to buy a house in 6 months, and then you have 6 months to get somebody, you'll have that time to get some of these things off your credit report, of course.
So Victoria, why so important for our clients to get pre-approved?
Well, it gives them a spectrum of what they can afford. When an agent takes a client out, they have a general idea of what they can afford. So you don't want to take a client out to see a $300,000 house when they can only afford a $200,000.
So basically what you're saying is that the pre-approval is going to give us a broad picture of what this client is capable to buy. So we're going to show them the properties in that price range.
Correct.
Thank you for that. So Victoria, let's assume I'm a first-time home buyer. Where can I start? What's the first step for me as a first-time home buyer?
Number one, you want to rely on your agent. You want to hire an agent to help you through this process. The agent's going to then hook you up with the mortgager to not only get you pre-approved, but also, find out what grants that are available to you for the first-time home buyer grants. Okay, so the mortgager is going to definitely help you with that part. So you definitely want to rely on your agent and your mortgager to start that process.
So you mentioned first-time home buyer grants. What that means? Can I have money for free?
Some grants you can get money for free.
What's the name of that?
Well, there's quite a few. It's technically it's a broad
spectrum.
Yeah, there's a lot of grants.
So is Philly First one of those?
The Philly Home First.
Okay.
Yeah, the Philly First program is definitely one of them. Some programs, first-time home buyer programs, are built into the mortgage. Some are like you have to live on the premises for 10 years. They all have different requirements to receive that grant. Some are just free money that banks will, send you. Others, like I said, there are requirements to get approved for those type of grants, and that will help you with your being a first-time home buyer. Now, there are also other programs where you have already bought a home like 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, where you can get yet another first-time home buyer grant.
That sounds super interesting.
Yeah.
I want to hear more about it.
I was super impressed. I was actually able to get, one of my clients another first-time home buyer grant.
That's amazing. So Victoria,
Yeah.
Can you help me as your client if I want a house that is for sale by the owner? Can you help me with that?
Absolutely. So there are a lot of properties where the owner, they're for sale by owner. And what happens is I can contact that owner and find out if he'd be willing to sell the property to my client as a transactional agent. I would just be a transactional agent for that seller.
That sounds great. And if I sign up a contract with you, you will only show me properties in your brokerage, or you're going to be able to show me properties all around the cities from different brokerage?
That's a great question. Honestly, we don't just show properties in our brokerage. That makes no sense because we're not doing the buyer any justice, So basically, it'll be properties in the MLS system, of course, anything that's on the market. And whatever is geared towards what the buyer is looking for, needs, what would suit their needs, if they're looking for a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, whether it be the square footage, and the biggest and best one is location, location, location. So the MLS system provides that to us agents to better help our buyer clients.
What actually means to make an offer? What is included? How do I address this process?
The very first thing you want to do is, you want to offer a price, okay?
If whatever price I want is, let's say the seller is asking 300,000, I want to offer 220. That's like too big of a drop. I mean, what are you gonna tell me as your client?
Yeah, I'm gonna discourage you away from that, to be honest, because honestly, I would look up the price. I would look up the prices in that area and see where properties.
You will make a comparable.
Yeah, I would do a comparable for you and show you that this house is probably worth closer to the 300,000 mark. We would decide on price that you would want to offer. Okay. And so what happens then is we submit that offer. Okay. And when we submit that offer, we submit it to the agent with our requirements. Okay. So let's say we want an inspection, or we want certain things done to the property. These are things that we would put in the agreement of sale, to say to the agent, this is what we want as the buyer. It's up to the seller to decide on which offer he wants to go with.
What you're saying is I'm, as a buyer, will be competing with other buyers in the market.
Absolutely.
If something came back on the inspection that I don't like and I can't agree with the seller, can I back out my offer?
You could, actually. You absolutely could. If there's certain things that are a requirement to the agreement of sale and to buying a home, absolutely, you can back out of the deal. You may lose your escrow deposit. That is a huge possibility.
So that's not 100% is...
Really, that really depends upon the seller. Okay, if the seller wants to be nice, absolutely, the seller can give you back your deposit, or, the seller can keep your deposit.
So that's a risk.
It is a risk. It's absolutely a risk.
So what happens between offer and closing then?
Okay, so from the time you submit your offer, it's up to the seller to accept that offer. So let's say the seller does accept your offer. So then we have to order title report. We have to order our certs, okay? And then the day before closing, we get to do a walkthrough, and just make sure everything's in the order that it was supposed to be in, according to your agreement of sale, okay? So if everything's in perfect order, great, you go to closing and hallelujah. But let's just say because there has been times where either there was trash left on the property, or there was furniture left on the property, or things are not in working order, such as water, gas, whatever it may be, then you can hold off until the seller actually
cleans the
property, or you can have you would speak to the seller's agent to make you an offer to say, hey, let's just say the trash was left on the property. Say, hey, I want $1,000 to get the trash cleaned up. So the seller would write you a $3,000 check. I mean, technically, when you're buying a property, you're not buying it with the trash.
Of course.
So
you want to clean. You want it's your new property. You want it ready to move in.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of different issues can arise. You know what I mean? And really, agent to agent, communicating with their buyer and their seller, and the agents communicating together is what gets the job done. Okay. So if let's just say that property was left with a whole lot of trash or something like that, then that can be an issue. And then you would speak to the agent and say, hey, we're going to need such and such amount of dollars to clean out the property because the seller has yet to do so.
It's not just paperwork. It's just a full, how do I say this? Is basically you're negotiating till the last point.
Correct.
You can request money if the house it doesn't meet your standards.
Correct.
And what happens if the seller does not agree? And we are like, that's the last moment.
I mean, that has happened, honestly.
Okay.
It's happened in our company. It happens in many companies. So that's where the hard negotiations come in. But that's where the communication also comes in with between agent to agent. So from buyer's agent to seller's agent, that's where the communication comes in. And they're the ones that are speaking with their clients to come to some type of conclusion.
So you might thinking at this point, why should I start looking at property with you guys, with the Home Squad? I mean, we are all for the people. We are from Philadelphia and we work all the Tri-County area. We are experts. We really work hard to make this done, to close the deal, to walk you through the process, to find you the better price, the better financing. We are going to point you in the right direction with the right loan officers to find you all the possible grants that you can. We have loan officers that are capable of find you K-Fit that can offer you 5% of the property price. Philly First that give you $10,000. There's multiple grants in the market. We are planning to make another session with a loan officer to explain those. Loan officers are the expert in this matter. So we're gonna have probably more than one different banks, different options, so you guys can have a bigger picture, understand better how this works.
And the bottom line is, what's the bottom line?
I think this is a
We're here to make your home buying dreams come true.
If you like the content, please follow us in social media. These are the links right here. Follow us in Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Actually, I am bilingual. If you speak Spanish, hit me up. Lo podemos hacer en español también.
So we will have your back every step of the way. If you need someone to genuinely care about how to go through this process, Andre and I, we're the ones to hire.
For more information, follow us in social media.
Look below.